What the fuck do you think this is? Amateur hour?
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast, hosted by Shanked DG and Spiicii Boy. Today's guest, Crunchy DG.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Hanging Loose Podcast, episode number 6. I am Shank DG. Joined with me, as always, is Spiicii Boy DG, or Kyle. How you doing, man?
Let me tell you,
Kyle.
one of my favorite things about, this is going to sound super shitty and conceited, is one of my favorite things about having like a persona like Spiicii Boy.
Yeah.
Is when I introduce myself to people, it's like, what's your name? But like, for instance, at Ricky's on Sunday, it was all disc golf people.
Yeah.
And everyone in disc golf calls me Spiicii. Nobody calls me Kyle unless they're like really close friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, hi, I'm Susan. And I was like, hi, Susan, I'm Spiicii. And she's like, what? And it happened like 9 times. And I was like, it's Kyle, but people call me Spiicii. And then I have to tell the story 1,000 times. Why do people call you Spiicii? I'm like, it's hot food. I collect hot sauce. It's a whole thing. Yeah, that was fun. And then when I got on the pool table, they understood why I was Spiicii, because I was running that shit.
Burning it up.
Always.
Heck yeah, man. Did
Have you
lose
been,
once?
bud? I lost a couple times.
Shoot.
But we can talk about that when story time comes up. Tell me about how was the Shanked New Year's Eve?
We did nothing really. Me and my wife played some Fortnite all night and didn't even watch the ball drop, just kind of gamed and drank a little bit. So it was pretty chill.
That Fortnite wouldn't just have an event for New Year's Eve. They have events for fucking everything else.
Right. I mean, they did like fireworks and stuff on every hour on the hour, which was pretty nice. Although it gets a little annoying because you can't do anything. Like your character just starts dancing. And so like you'll be in a firefight and then all of a sudden everyone's just dancing. And yeah, exactly. Just quite annoying. I mean, it's pretty fun. I'm going to quit that. That's good.
Hey, I've played this many rounds of Fortnite in my life. This many.
I have to make it.
I mean,
I couldn't find my camera.
If he's like, this many. Oh, okay, cool. If the people want it, I'm a Rocket League boy myself. I would have to get re-amped up, but
yeah, I haven't. I tried Rocket League a couple different times, and like I'm okay at it, but like the skill ceiling in that game is insane.
It's bonkers. You see people like Bluey and like the G2 team. They're like flip, reset off the roof, and then double jump and juggle triple tap off the wall. And you're like, bro, I hate it.
I'm struggling to fly.
Yeah. Where's boost? What button is boost?
Right.
Wild.
So back. Yeah. I spent Christmas in Oklahoma. That was fun. I got to go out and play around with the family. That's always a good time. It's a little how do I say, like, not annoying, but like none of them are very good. So it's a lot of it took a long time to play 9 holes.
Oh, yeah. But how'd the round go overall? Did you impress them?
Oh, I whooped their ass 6 ways to Sunday.
Well, I didn't say did you beat them. Did you, like, whenever I take somebody out that I don't play with a lot, I could throw the worst hyzer. I mean, sky, and they're just like, wow. And you're like, that's right.
Yeah. No, it's always fun. My sister-in-law is always like super competitive about it. She's like, oh, I'm gonna beat you this time. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
That's like me on a pool table. Like, people can beat me in disc golf all time, but like on a pool table, if you can beat me, you're a pretty good player.
Yeah, I used to think I was good at pool, and then I played with someone who is good at pool, and I am not good at pool.
It was so funny. Like, I have like mega long story time today, but I don't want to take up a ton of time. So
No, you're good. I don't have too much to talk about in terms of just like what's happened. I've just been a lot of working. It's winter, so there's just not a whole lot going on, especially like disc golf wise. Eventually we'll get to some like player movement stuff, but other than that, I don't really have much planned.
So I will start with our New Year's round yesterday. So speaking of it taking a long time, my lovely girlfriend Jillian was out of town in Denver with her family over New Year's. They did their Christmas and all that stuff, and so I was here house sitting, and I ran a few errands, and I had some stuff that I wanted to get done for her before she got home. And I went to play golf yesterday at like 1:00 and didn't finish until like 5:30. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like a tour round? Are we backed up at Fountain? Why is this taking so long? There was 10 of us. We played dubs and we got through, I think, 14 holes. And then there was a group behind us of 8. And they're like, can we play through? And it's like, no, 18 people don't need to tee off on one hole.
Yeah.
And then like genuinely 18 people, not an exaggeration. And then behind them were like 8 groups of 2. I was like, cool. So you're going to play through, and then we're going to get played through 18 times in the next 2 holes. And like, I was so grumpy about it.
Oh yeah.
But what I wasn't grumpy about was the phenomenal round that we all had together. It was like the most we'd ever had out at once in a long time. And then the very first hole, I'm not going to say names because I don't want anything out there, but like a very good friend of mine that I golf with recently found out that him and his fiance are expecting. So we were all very excited for him, and we were like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get it together. Yeah,
Mystery
right?
Man.
We're super excited. Mystery man.
Mystery Man.
That's what we call him anyway. So we all walk up to the first hole, crack a drink, have a little smoke, high fives, flip for dubs, let's go. So we all throw our drives, and like it's the first hole. There were a few good drives, but like most of them are like, man, whatever. And so this guy throws his drive, and they're playing from his drive, and he's maybe like 120 feet from the pin, and hit, caught an early tree, dumped left. He's in the fairway, but he's a good distance away. Thank you for muting yourself, you absolute savage. And and so he's lining up beforehand. He's got a crystal ESP Flex Zone. I can't remember the plastic, but it's a real nice, pretty blue.
Yeah.
And he's lining up beforehand, and he throws it. And as soon as he throws it, there's a guy we play with, John. As soon as he throws it, he goes, that's in. And at 120 feet, boom, straight in. We were like,
oh, hell yeah.
What a way to start your disc golf year with like a huge throw in, right?
Yeah.
So we're all excited, fist bumps, whatever. We go to the second hole, play it normally. Like my partner made a huge putt, so I was very appreciative of him doing that. But like nothing super, super crazy happened. And then we get to the third hole. Both me and my partner hit an early tree because amateurs. Anyway, so we get to the third hole. My partner and I both hit a tree. We're about 100 feet from the pin, and my partner pulls out a glitch and throws it in. 2 holes.
2 holes in a row.
No,
3 throw-ins between 2 holes.
2 throw-ins on the first 3 holes. 100
Damn.
plus both. We were like, what the hell is happening, man? This is a round. Go to the 4th hole. We all throw our drives. I park it naturally. And the same guy, I almost just said his name. The same guy is about 80, 90 feet from the pin, takes out the same zone, and I was standing right next to him, lines up beforehand, throws it, and I was like, do it again. Straight in again. 3 throw-ins in 4 holes, and we're like, oh, what the hell? And it just kept happening, dude. The whole round, there was like crazy good throw-ins. Just it was like one thing after another. It was the coolest first round to have with all my friends, and I had a blast. So a few of them listen to the show. I don't really know who does and who doesn't, but if you are, I love you all. I'm glad I get to play with you every day, or when I do play. I'm sad I'm moving away, but I'll still be back for rounds always.
What? You moving?
I'm moving across the city probably around April or so.
Okay, so not like away.
No, but it's like a 40 minute drive.
Gotcha.
So I'm not. It's genuinely from where I live now a 4-minute drive. So it's just a big difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So my new home course will be Emerald and Freestone, the one I hit the little ace at. So other story time is I got to go to Ricky Wysocki's house for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's
And
sick, dude. I was so stoked for you.
Dude, the Twitter folks, if you're listening and you tweeted and you told Ricky to invite me to his house, I owe you a massive thank you. You guys are the best.
I think Tennessee Twos beat me to it in terms of harassing
everybody. Everybody was like coming out, and like if you look at the replies on the original Twitter post, he's like, I'm thinking about inviting fans. There's like 45, 50 replies, and mine has like 30 likes, 7 retweets, dude. Like, and I was just like, what that, like, who am I? I'm fucking nobody. And I mean, we're on 6 episodes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, you got a personality out there. Don't sell yourself short. You film for Terry.
I film for Terry, but listen, here's a good way to put it in perspective is Rick is the nicest guy you could ever meet in your life. He's like, he knows who I am, but he doesn't know who I am. Like, I lost my camera. The Spiicii boy. He doesn't know that. He's just like, oh, it's that guy that films with Terry.
Yeah.
And so when he sees me, he recognizes me, but he doesn't know my name or me from Adam.
Yeah.
And so he was really nice. He was DMing me all the details and whatever. And he goes, I'm excited to meet you. And I was like, dude, Rick, we've met like 5-6 times. And he was like, oh, I'm my bad. I was like, dude, you meet a million people. I would never expect it, but like,
yeah.
I was like, when you see me, you'll know who I am.
I'm blaming the lime.
Like, oh, okay. It's lime disease. God damn it. So I drive out there. I get there, and it's kind of weird because he just had the front door open.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like not one to just walk into a house.
Yeah,
especially with the sounds coming from this window. I'm not. I'm not just gonna roll up in someone's home. And so I get there. I walk in, and the first guy I see is the TD Tommy Guns Trujillo he does the Desert Flyers Club, and he does a bunch of stuff in Arizona. Very well sounds familiar. And he knows same thing. He knows me, but he doesn't know like me.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hey, you're that guy that runs Maricopa. I was like, nope. He's like, hey, you're this guy, right? I'm like, nope. I was like, I film with Terry. He's like, oh, you don't have a hat on. I didn't recognize you. And so got acclimated. I walked outside to grab a drink. And I mean, Ricky, arguably the number one disc golfer in the world.
Yeah, when he's on, he's on.
Like,
I
sees me across the party, and like he walks over to me and he's like, what's up, man? Spiicii boy. And I was like, oh, he put it together. Like he did a little research, which was very nice.
Oh, yeah.
But we spent the night dancing and cracking jokes, and we had a nice midnight toast. Ricky thanked everybody for coming out. We were all appreciative of him. It was so much fun. And I wouldn't say famously, but I think people who know me well enough know that like I've always been afraid of AB. Like not really afraid of him, but like
does he bite?
Not that I've ever noticed. He's always gentle.
He looks like a bite. He looks like a biter.
He's always nice. And I don't want to paint him in a bad light by any means because he's super cool, but I think I'm a lot for a lot of people. And when I get around golfers, I'm very like fangirly. I'm like, oh my God, I hope you have a do good today. And so I think AB just saw me and was like, that guy's annoying, which it's a fully understandable thing. And so for a while I was just like, don't talk to him. Like, let him do his thing. He's focused. He's playing. Some of the pros will chat with me. Some of them won't, if I'm filming, and I film AB a lot because he's an Arizona boy. And so he showed up, and AB walked up to me. He was like, hey man, when did you get here? And I was like, for real? You're talking to me? I was so excited. I was like, he doesn't hate me. I felt like he hated me, and he doesn't hate me. So either that or he deserves an Oscar for his performance because he was really nice and conversational all night.
That's cool. Just seeing him on coverage, right? I mean, I've never met a pro. I've never anything like that. Just seeing him on coverage, he seems
never
like
met any pro.
Never, yeah.
What?
Yeah, the closest I've come is Tony Ferrero or something, and he does tour, but he's not like, he's like top 50 kind of guy, not top 20.
Yeah.
But no disrespect to him, he was really cool, and it's awesome that he does that for a living. So shout out. But met him in Oklahoma playing the Smoking Pig Open, I think. That or the other one I played down there, I don't remember. But yeah, seeing AB on coverage, he seems like the type of guy that, like, as soon as that 2-minute horn blows, he's locked in.
Yep.
Like, he's got a purpose. He doesn't want any like nonsense kind of guy. He seems cool. I mean, you see him at I'm thinking of like at the distance comp at the end of this last year. He seemed like he was having fun there, but it's not a lot of stakes at the distance comp. It's throwing as far as you can. Most of them go OB. Kind of just a fun thing. But yeah, seeing him, like, I watched the coverage you filmed, the chase card round 2, I think it was, on Terry's channel, and yeah, every time you see him on coverage, he's
very stoic.
Locked in. Yeah.
Like, and that's a really good like peg because that's how he is. It was like he's super nice to volunteers. Always thanks volunteers. Hey man, thanks for coming out. But he's not like, ha. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm always cracking jokes when I'm playing. And like even that round that I filmed that you're talking about, I had a shirt on that just said "Only Judy can judge me." It's a bunch of pictures of Judge Judy. I was wearing that behind the camera, and so Mason Holtz was on that same card, and we got to hole 15 for the big arm challenge, and he's like, "Dude, I meaning to tell you the whole round. Like that's a sick shirt."
Yeah, dude, that Mason guy is a killer. Watching him,
he's a good player. He takes forever to throw, but. I didn't say that. That's just the cameraman in me. Where I'm like,
shout out Terry for the editing skills. Didn't come through.
Terry's a phenomenal editor.
I assume he edits everything. I don't know that, but
yeah, he does. He absolutely does, and that's why he's effing OG.
Oh yeah.
In our business is like he records, he edits, he commentates, he does it all by himself. I don't want to put any business out there, but I will say Terry's got a big backlog of videos that he's recorded and hasn't released. And if you are interested in editing, I wouldn't say don't bombard the man, but I don't think he would be too upset to find someone to take a little bit of the editing off his hands. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. I apologize, Terry, in advance if that's the case. Terry doesn't listen to this podcast. He told me like 9 times.
Come on, Terry.
But would you say, come on, Terry?
Yeah. You're not going to hear that. But come on, Terry.
Terry is coming on this very podcast on the 11th. We are recording with the one Terry Miller.
The disc golf guy.
The disc golf guy. He'll be coming on the show, so there's a little guest announce drop for you.
Heck yeah. Dude, I'm so stoked for that.
I'm excited too. So we have Terry on the 11th, we're recording, and that'll be the episode for the following week.
Yeah, because this will come out tomorrow. We have super special guest, that one. So Terry's episode will come out the 17th on YouTube.
17th. That's the date I was looking for. Hey, listen, I think this would be a great time to announce our other super awesome guest that we are interviewing one week from today.
Yeah.
And that is, go ahead. What do you got?
Oh, I was going to say, I've been thinking about this, and there's a case to be had to just drop it as a surprise. Right. But I also think, we need to build some hype, especially since, Terry Miller, like, he is universally recognized in disc golf as like
He's
a disc golf guy, the disc golf guy, right?
Yeah, everyone knows who he is.
So everyone knows Terry. I don't think a lot of disc golfers know who our guest for next week is. But I'm super stoked because I have a crazy history with him, and it's insane that he's coming on. Shout out to Kyle or Spiicii Boy. Sorry, we're not friends like that.
It's written there. You can say it.
Spiicii Boy hooked us up for the super special guest next week, teeing up you now for.
I just want to let you languish.
No,
Just languish. I said languish. I'm making up words. I want to let you languish in the silence. Jeremy London from Mallrats. A million other things in the 80s. Jeremy London is going to be on our show next week.
The original Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Everything. He's Jeremy London.
Yeah, that's crazy. So like my brother is named Brody, and his name is directly pulled out of Mallrats because my dad and stepmom love that movie so much. And like to have him on the show.
Kevin Smith fan.
Oh yeah, all of those movies with that whole cast that just kind of rolls together. Dogma, all the Jay and Silent Bob movies, Mallrats.
The Smodverse.
Yeah, there you go. Just huge fans, and I cannot wait to fall apart and not be able to do a proper interview with him.
I'm so excited to watch you be like me when AB said hello. I was like, hey man. Just totally turned into an absolute moron, and he knows. Listen, I don't want to be weird or nothing. I'm trying to be weird or nothing. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Orgasmo, but
I have not.
Really great reference. Some people will get. I'm not so weird or nothing. But AB has an amazing smile.
Ooh.
I mean, when he'll every once in a while. So he did the round I was filming. On 17, I think it is, or 13, I can't remember. One of the holes, he hit the same pole twice in both rounds. And he turned around and he just goes, "That's my pole." And then cracked this side smile. And I was like, Jesus, dude, settle down. There are people around. But he knows. He knows he's a good looking dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
might have to do that in the future.
I totally got off track with all of our guests with the party, but basically the rest of the story is Rick's amazing. Everyone's amazing, super welcoming. They made you feel like you were supposed to be there in the first place. And I'm an absolute OG on a pool table. Ask Cass. That's the girl I played the last 2 times, and I beat her both times. And I left on a win like a fucking boss.
He just said, "Peace."
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go.
Headed out. Yeah, took the 8-ball with you.
Yep. Yeah, dude. That's my story time. Sorry. I told you it was going to take forever, but
no, that's awesome. I actually tease
out a guest announced clip.
Yeah, Jeremy London and the Terry Miller, which we've spoken him up so much on this show, and hope we can do it justice. Jeremy London, we won't do it justice. I'm a flounder that one.
That's okay. I'll save you, baby bird.
I'll just be like, I saw. Is it a schooner? Is it a sailboat?
Jesus.
Someone already saved me. I'm already acting like a fool.
Yeah, you're already a little red, Alex Jones. Call back. All right, I'm on it.
Well, I just sent an invite to Crunchy Disc Golf.
Crunchy Disc Golf
on everything.
The Great Lakes sponsored player, Crunchy Disc Golf.
Yep.
He spells his name wrong. It should be 2 I's, but he's a good guy.
That's fair. The walking granola bar himself.
The walking granola bar. That sounds like the most unattractive stripper name you could ever possibly have. I'll show you Nature's Valley.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that's kind of gross. Why is it flaky?
Oh, that's foul.
Oh, bro, that's nothing. Come watch me host trivia one time. That'd be.
Oh shoot. That would actually be
Yeah.
awesome if I can. How far is Arizona from Oklahoma?
I like that you think I just have that knowledge on deck. Like, precisely.
You're on the far side of California, Colorado, right? That's where Arizona is.
Yes.
So
It's probably
like 10 hours.
I think
10, 12 hours.
No, it's probably like 18 or 19. Just because the drive to Denver is 15 hours from Phoenix.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's probably a lot more than that from where I'd be coming from, and it'd be like a day trip just to come see you host trivia.
Yeah, and we won't play golf at all.
No.
Where in Oklahoma?
Ponca City is technically the city.
Ponca City?
Yep. That's your face is what the town looks like.
That white?
Very.
Let's see. Let's get some stats. Some stat-roonies.
Some stats? I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna drop the leaks, the leaky leakers that.
Oh yeah,
came in
16-hour drive from Ponca City to Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah,
that's double what it takes for me to get from Iowa to Ponca.
I mean,
that's about it.
I don't want to visit either of those places, but I might if we end up having a hanging loose open. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can get that done. My problem is like I have high aspirations, and then I'm like, oh, that's like a shitload of work, and I've got a family and a full-time job.
Yep, I know how you feel.
But no, that'd be really cool, and like the outpouring of love and support on that post was crazy. Like, even if a quarter of the people that said that they would go came, it'd still be crazy.
Oh my god, I would sleep on the floor in the room you're in right now just to be able to be there. I would absolutely love.
I wouldn't, honestly.
I would. Yeah, it's where your computer is. It's probably gross.
Actually, I cleaned it up right before here because I had to. As you can see, I have a new background. I'm not just like pinched up against a wall. So
yeah, in a restaurant booth, scaring the other patrons.
Yeah.
That's always what it looks like. Like you're just in the corner of like an Applebee's. Like
I'm just chilling in a fucking McDonald's recording the podcast.
Right.
Order 238. What up, Crunchy?
How's it going, guys?
Crunchy.
Hey, holy smokes!
Look at this professional ass.
What the heck? No, get out of here. You can't be here.
I love that I came in on streaming out of an Applebee's, and then I was like, "Oh, I went a little far and beyond." Oops.
Oh, that's awesome. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? It's great to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. I suppose we've all sort of met, but
right.
Spiicii.
Love a lazy thumbs up. I do.
Popping up like you look like you make like music on TikTok or something.
The long story short is I've been in a band for 20 years, so like I use this mic for recording bands, and
that's right.
This is for like when they send mixes for us to master, and then this is because I do wedding videos, like this big light. So
gotcha.
It's just a big weird culmination, and I use it all for my friends that live across the country. We get on Discord and play video games all the time. So
nice.
What games do you play? Because we were just talking about games earlier.
It depends on who's on, really. So recently I've been playing Remnant. I don't know if you've heard of that one at all. It's a weird like co-op looter shooter thing. Or sometimes BattleBit, Minecraft, depending on who's on again. Lethal Company, because everybody was on it. Overwatch, I used to quite a bit. So
popular.
Yeah, I used to fuck with Overwatch and Minecraft. But
yep, that's about it.
I tried to play Overwatch, but I'm a sniper class is my preferred type, and I think Hanzo is the character's name. Whenever I would try and play as him, my shit would crash, so I just never gave it a chance. And then I started playing Tarkov, and it was all over from there.
Sure.
no.
I'm waiting for that. There's like a not Dead by Daylight. It's there's a new like American version of Tarkov, except it looks like Fear 3 mixed in. And I'm
love
real
the Fear
stoked for
games.
that. Me too. I adored those games. So I'm curious to what that's going to be like. I forget what that is called, but it's not out yet. But I'm really stoked for whatever that is.
Heck yeah. That sounds cool.
For whatever that is.
All right. Oh, listen, I'm
Shameless
terrible with
plug.
names, but I'm so good with associations. So, like, I'll forget whatever Emerson Keith's name, and it's not his fault. He's not forgettable. I'm just dumb, but I'm very good at the association of, oh, they did this at this tournament at this time. And I'm the same with actors. It's like, oh, I can name 7 movies this actor was in, but I forgot Denzel Washington's name. So,
Can you name any movies Jeremy London was in?
no, because I'm bad with names, but if I saw his
Oh,
face,
that's
I could
right.
tell you.
Dang. No, it's a little tease from right before he came on. We're having him on next week. He was in Mallrats,
Yeah, Mallrats.
and Journey to the Center of the Earth, and a bunch of other stuff.
Europe. I sent him one disc and was like, "Be on my podcast, or I'm gonna have it returned." And he willingly agreed.
What?
No,
did
he
he
was.
say I haven't done anything since the '90s, so I'd love to be on. Or sorry, I had to.
Now he's not
Listen,
going to come on,
I love
Crunchy.
him.
God damn it!
I love him. I love him in Mallrats. That was. I just pulled up his IMDb and it was like 2004 or something like
But
that.
I think
Yeah.
that was by choice.
No, and I respect. I respect nothing more than the actor who was like, "I'm out. I don't want to do it."
See ya. Yeah.
Especially like being as young as he was, like that's going to take a toll, and for him to get out and not be heavily addicted to drugs or whatever else is like kudos.
I mean, let's not make any assumptions.
Fair. Maybe that's right.
Is he not
No,
post
he's-
about like how he's sober? I think he does.
I think he does. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just being dumb.
You son of a
But,
bitch. You're ruining the guests before they even get on.
Got to get my licks in now because when he's actually on the show, I'm going to be frozen.
Fair.
So, anyways, Crunchy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'll keep it mostly
You
disc
walking granola bar.
You walk.
How dare you? So
Yeah, Kyle. How dare you?
okay, real quick, I'm just gonna say the super short story of how I got that nickname. In 7th grade, I was in French class and we were making crepes, and a girl, her name was Kaylee, looked at me and said, "Hey, Crispy." And then Crispy stuck in 7th grade for like 6 months, because we had like 5 Chris's in my 30-person class or whatever. And so after that, I started that's right when I started skateboarding, and I met this guy who was this very like rambunctious, outgoing guy, and he just looked at me and said, "That nickname sucks. We're gonna call you Crunchy," and that has stuck for 15 years now. So
Wow.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm for it because, like I said, there's too many Chris's now. So
Oh
There's
yeah.
definitely not enough crunchies.
that's very true.
That's
I mean,
fair.
also it sounds like a negative connotation, but not when you've heard it for this long. It's just a name.
It's just who you are
Uh,
at this point.
So I started disc golf in like 2009. My brother introduced it to me, and I mean, I played a little bit. I think I played what was like a B tier back then in like novice division or whatever. But I picked up disc golf like fairly quickly because I was a D1 tennis player, and granted, I'd never actually played college tennis, but the summer before I would go to college, I was playing in like tennis camps and all this stuff, and they would pair me with D1 people to play with. So instead of that, I coached tennis for like 4 years or whatever during high school as well. And we did pretty good. And so when I picked up disc golf, it kind of came naturally because like backhand is a backhand. Like as long as you know how to involve your hips, you're going to be able to probably outthrow everybody right when you learn.
It's
And
a
so
great way to
I was the MA2, MA3 guy throwing 400 feet, but I could not throw like a forehand, which is weird for a tennis guy. I was always throwing nose up because in tennis, you're throwing your low to high. And in disc golf, you want your forehand to be lateral the whole time. So I could not throw a forehand at all.
I still can't.
It's brutal, dude. Honestly, like standstill buzzes is the way I learned it to like actually control it at all. But we'll get into that later if you want to talk about it. So I was the guy who in 2009 I could throw 400 feet, but I couldn't hit a putt at all either. So people would be mad at me. Oh, you sandbagger, blah blah blah, because I could throw a putter 300 something feet. But I'd be like, I mean, do you see my 840 rated consistency? Like this isn't good necessarily. Like. It just means I can throw farther out of bounds than you is really what it meant.
Yeah.
So I then took a break for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years because college and job changes and all that good stuff. And what kind of worked out with COVID, like right before COVID, actually, I had a job change that gave me a lot of free time. And with that, I picked disc golf back up again. And I, for some reason, like, even though I hadn't played tennis in 7 years at that point, I pretty much stopped right after college, high school, tennis. But when I picked disc golf back up, I got better faster. I don't know if it's that like necessarily because there was more available to us, right? Like in 2007, you had the Ken Climo, Scott Stokely videos, and that was it, like as far as instructional stuff. And then in
Papa, was it? The guy with like he's got like one of the highest viewed form videos, and it's the worst thing you could watch as an amateur.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Is that what I'm thinking of?
It might be right. I'd have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure. That sounds very familiar. I don't know if I ever watched that one. I was watching, like I said, the Climo and Avery Jenkins stuff, but and mostly the kid who threw the Valkyrie like 400 feet when he was 11. Shoot. That wasn't Wiggins, but it was somebody else. Wiggins eventually did go on to throw a Valkyrie like whatever 3,000 feet, but so it wasn't him, but it might have been whatever. So I was watching his stuff, and then maybe because I'm older, I developed touch. But that, like, when I started disc golf back up in 2020, COVID hit, all that good stuff. But I immediately went to whatever, like an 8, or I think I started at like an 890 rating. I'd have to check my actual PDGA. I wish I would have got that PDGA number back in 2009. I didn't. I waited till 2020, but I very quickly got decent.
2009. I wonder what number that would have been. Like 4 digits, 5 digits.
I could check. I think it would have been close to 4 to 5. I have a friend who still plays occasionally. And he played that tournament with me, and he was better than me back then. He got his PDGA number when he was like 7 or something because his dad played. And he has like a 4-digit PDGA number. It's pretty sick. But yeah, that's kind of my backstory. And now I'm a course ambassador here for one of the best ranked courses in the state with our club, because I'm on the board for our club. I'm working on installing a course like 30 minutes south of here in a property we've been trying to get for 10 years. I'm fortunate enough that my socials are doing well enough that I'm a sponsored player.
That's sick.
And it's not because I'm good.
Sponsored with Great Lakes, right? I saw on Twitter.
Yes, sir. I'm with Great Lakes.
Nice.
But, yeah, that shit ready. He was like,
"Oh yeah,
dude, I've got all my stuff on my desk just in case." So,
Papa Wolf.
Listen, you guys started a little late, so I had some extra time to prep stuff.
Absolutely.
So, what was I going with that? But yeah, if you Google like PDGA 142550, which is my PDGA number, the first link takes you to my wins, which is 0. Like, it's the biggest troll I've ever had, and it's like,
I mean, if it helps, I also have 0 wins. So.
Part of it is I like playing A and B tiers, and especially now since I moved up to MA1 when I was 920, 930 rated. Like, it's so competitive at MA1, at B tiers, A tiers, and all that stuff. So that's, I mean, you could say it because I'm not great, and that's fine. I get it. I'm getting my salad tossed by some really great guys over here. So yeah, I don't know. I stunned myself with that stupidity.
God damn, that was good. That threw me for a loop. I was like, can we just have that clip as you saying to us, "I'm getting my salad tossed by these 2 great guys over here"?
Yep, that's
that.
totally fine. Kevin Fodry, who is one of my teammates now on Great Lakes, Peyton Stamen, who was he won like D-Glow and Ledgestone in the same year for MA1. Like, just he was like gonna be an Olympic diver, one of those just insane athletes. And I'm friends with all of them now and all that good stuff. But it's really just because of my socials. Like I'm fortunate enough. I do social media. That is my job. I run social medias for small businesses here in town, and that's I think what got me into TikTok. Actually, I was like, okay, if I'm going to start this business, I should probably learn TikTok. So I just started it for my disc golf stuff, kind of haphazardly. And at one point, I was like one of the top 5 disc golf TikTok creators. Like I had more followers than Paige Pierce initially. People since whatever over the last year have gotten crazy on TikTok. Like Bear Bite goes crazy. He posts
that dude is
constantly.
insane.
Yeah, they go hard. So it's like I'm not going to keep up with that, and that's totally fine. So this year, like I kind of was chatting with you guys earlier, I want to focus more on like the coaching side of things. I think that's where my strengths are mostly. If I look back at my analytics.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I think about your social videos that I've seen, whether it's on like Instagram or TikTok, the ones that pop up for me through like algorithm is usually like form tips or other in that same vein. One of my favorite ones that I remember tuning in for, you went live on Instagram for a putting challenge and you ate the chip, one chip or whatever it is. And Spiicii there has got a tattoo of said chip.
Oh yeah. So, was it? That was the, what was that thing? The Fuji, not Fuji, like the water. Pocky. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one chip challenge, and that was honestly disappointing. It was so like overhyped. Yeah, that's the one, man. Love it. I grow like ghost pepper, reaper peppers, all that stuff. My wife says it's because I'm dead inside, and it's the only way I can feel anything.
Ask her whose fault that is.
Jesus,
she would just point at my mother.
Respectfully, no, but as a fellow Spiicii boy. It's I've done the chip in the middle of a round, and
that's sick.
It takes you out for a hole. You're just like, I mean, I can putt, but it's gonna take 8 tries.
Right. Especially if you're like airballing it past it, you're like turning around, you're like, this is the same putt I just had and just missed. Yep. So you get in your own head and spiral even worse. The worst experience I had disc golfing with something Spiicii was I ate a Carolina Reaper and I did 50 putts and then ate the Reaper and had to do 50 more putts to like compare how many more I made. I think it's on my YouTube or something. I did it on TikTok Live and I think I put it on YouTube, but that was miserable. I've eaten Carolina Reapers before, but like going that long without milk or water or something, it honestly you would know that second day is worse.
There's a solution to that problem.
My personal solution that I found has helped me is 1, not eating it, or 2, Tums. If you like go hard on Tums or Pepto-Bismol before you eat the or after you eat the Reaper,
you just line your esophagus and your stomach. So for me, I actually did this during the round I ate the chip in, is I find if you eat a lot of fatty foods right before, because capsaicin, which is the spicy element in hot food, I know you know that, but not everybody else does.
Sure.
Is oil-based. So if you want it to dissipate, you need something oil. So like if you have hot in your mouth, the best thing you can do is just do a shot of olive oil, swish it around and spit it out. You'll feel a million times better.
Yep.
But since fat is oil-based, it absorbs all that capsaicin. You absolutely don't have fire hole the next day.
Yeah, that's a great name for it that I'm stealing.
Yeah, absolutely.
My band, we also ate. We were announcing our second album release, and we did a video where I made everybody in the band eat a Reaper, and so I know how to handle spicy stuff. But you can still see me like my sinuses draining and all that stuff while I'm hanging out, and then you can see my vocalist have milk come out his nose. My drummer threw up, and my guitar player, who is Masters Disc Tommy, on Twitter, he he went like Jenna Jameson on popsicles. So,
oh God, That's pre-OnlyFans?
Yes, and it's lovely. Void King Reaper Pepper, if you look it up, it's worth seeing those guys fall apart. Yeah,
I think disc golf is such a good hobby to have if you're in any sort of profession that travels, like music, whatever. So the band Danger Kids, we haven't really talked in a while, but like I would used to stream all the time with Andy Bain, their vocalist, and he's a big disc golfer. And then it's like you read stories about like Bert Kreischer golfs when he traveled, and there's a couple other bands that came through Phoenix that were out like throwing, and it's like, God damn, did I get into the wrong business?
I think like the guys in Slipknot, a couple of them do, because they had some discs come out. I think they did that partnership with Discraft.
Oh, that's right.
And then
they had a Buzz and a couple others.
Yeah, and Whitechapel did too. They had like the Saw is the Law, whatever Buzz as well. Discraft's been super welcoming for the metal band, which is great. Obviously, I'm on Dark Ace Disc Golf, and that's part of what started theirs as well. Like half the ambassadors on Dark Ace are in bands. So you're right. Like, oh, you're traveling around. Okay, we got to the city at 10 a.m. What do we do until 7 p.m. to load in? And it's genuinely great for it.
Jealous. I wish I could play an instrument. The only thing I know how to do is be bad at disc golf. I'm halfway there.
That's true. Honestly, that's all it takes. And I mean, look at Slipknot. Just learn how to hit a keg, and you can be an be in a band.
Like, I'm genuinely a self-taught drummer, but I don't have any sort of I don't have if I sit down, my brain just understands it. You know what I mean? Like polyrhythms and here and there, and if I hear a song 2 or 3 times, I'll be able to kind of rudimentarily play through it. But
sure,
to be to travel and be like, oh, I've got time for 2 rounds today before we have to go anywhere, and just be in any city and know that there's going to be a course probably within 30 minutes or so.
Oh yeah, with all the courses that have gone in over the last 5 years or whatever that was, it's gotten crazy, which is hilarious that Chicago took so long. Like Paul Macbeth Foundation was the first people to put a course in the actual Chicagoland area,
Chicago Metro,
which is sick. But Canyons, luckily, is only 30 minutes from Chicago, and that's one of the best courses in Illinois.
Chicago's in Illinois.
No, I was more wondering if it was on the border in Indiana or. Thanks so much.
We should just tell people when we invite them out, you're gonna get roasted a little bit.
Please.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I roasted your next guest already, so I very much deserve it over here.
And then I went way far on the clapback with roasting your wife, so I apologize.
No, you're fine. More than welcome.
Oh shit!
Like I said, if you guys are ever in Phoenix and you come watch me host trivia or bingo, you can watch me rip people apart right to their face. God damn it, is that fun? I love when
if I'm ever in the area, I'm in.
Four golf bros roll in and they've all got their Travis Mathew hats on and everything. I'm like, what up, Drew Gibson? I'm just kidding. Drew's a fun one. We know he doesn't listen.
He gets got on this show. I do not know why.
Well, don't worry, he's not going to listen to this one because he blocked me on Twitter. So, by the way, it was for absolutely nothing. I went and looked it up. It was they were talking about some tournament where Eagle has won it the past 4 years, except for 1 year, and I said, yeah, and the person's name rhymes with Shmoo Schmipson or something like that.
And he blocked you for that?
Yeah, I got blocked for that. It might have been the other way around. It might have been the only top 2 people were Eagle McMahon, or were Drew and Eagle McMahon. And I said, yeah, and the person who beat you rhymed with Schmiegel Schmickman or something. It was one of those two. I just used the names up and said, oh, but it wasn't even a diss. It was oh yeah, this other person. And
just being, wow.
I always wonder sometimes, because my ex-wife was very big into the automated social media stuff, and you guys, both of you, have more experience with socials than I do. I literally sit on my fat ass and write stupid tweets, and then OTB's like, we'd love to sponsor you. Like,
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's like I'm very grateful to everyone that has sponsored me, Shanked included. But the apps that she would use to manage her socials, because she's an author, would like the app would block people, or like it would do things that she never like told it to do. And I always wonder when I see stuff like that where it doesn't really seem like anything happened, and then you get blocked. You're like, I wonder if it was just like an algorithmic like.
It could be that. Yeah, I mean, I know there's apps out there like, oh, if they respond with any expletive, block that person. You can set up those automations on those softwares.
Sure.
Yeah.
He has also expressed that he doesn't. He's like, I'm going to make my own echo chamber. I don't care. This is my Twitter. I'm going to make my experience, and I'll block people. And which, more power to him, as far as I'm concerned.
He doesn't need any more power. He throws far enough.
Like, correct. That's no kidding.
Yeah, he's
Rome next.
I've never really interacted with him, I don't think, on socials, but like he's a local boy now too, lives in Queen Creek, so he's always at Vista, he's always out, when I'm filming.
Constantly filming out there.
He's what?
Yeah, he's constantly filming out there, all of his recent
stuff.
Oh
yeah, so it's like I run into him all the time and he's always like, "What's up, man?" And I love Drew Gibson, but his voice always makes me laugh because it's just like 2 octaves higher than I expect it to be.
And every time.
That's obviously not an insult or a diss in any way, but it always catches me off guard because I'm like, oh, hey. And the IT guy at my day job sounds exactly like Drew Gibson. He'll just be walking around. He's like, "You want me to look at your laptop?" I'm like, "No, Drew, get out of here."
I think the only interaction I've had with him was he posted on Insta, I don't know, a couple months ago, where he was doing the whole one finger for an ace next to a basket pose thing. And I was like, "Oh, Drew got his first ace."
I saw that.
I'm surprised I didn't get blocked, but
me too. I mean, I've had totally fine discussions with him on Instagram, so he obviously doesn't like hold personal grudges towards people, or what it could totally be that automated thing. But have you guys talked about player moves at all this podcast?
We have not.
We've been excited to, but we haven't.
Okay. So I have some like Martha Stewart insider trading stuff that I won't discuss because I don't want to burn bridges, but I will gladly voice up and talk on anything based on opinions that I have made or things that I have seen on the internet. So if that helps.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I've gotten a few, like last week or something, I got 3 DMs unsolicited from different people telling me where people were going with like the receipts about it. And I've been battling myself on saying what, because it doesn't seem like my business, right? It's tempting because it's clicks. It's gonna get clicks. I don't understand why people care all that much about player movement.
You're not on
unless it's like a top 10. I'm kind of parroting Green Splatter here, which oof. But there's the obvious rumors that Eagle's going to MVP, right? And that's
that
all
smile. There's a little telling there, Crunchy. Settle down.
Okay.
All but guaranteed.
Based on things that I have seen on the internet, and I'm just going to say that, the only people that gave Eagle a contract worth leaving was initially Innova. And when that was found out, I heard Simon was like, "Hey, MVP, we should try to match that contract."
Mm-hmm.
And I heard they potentially matched that contract. So there is a 50-50 shot from what I hear that he's going to MVP or Innova.
Yeah. I heard a little birdie told me that MVP may have taken out a loan to sign Eagle. I don't know how true that is, but I think it would be a good business move from MVP to sign the Crush Boys. I mean, that prints money. Signing
they've
day.
pretty much done it with like you give Conrad MVP, you give you give Simon, is it not Axiom?
Ooh,
I think it's Axiom.
Streamline?
No, and then you give Eagle Streamline.
Yeah.
Is like that would be incredibly intelligent of them to like run the discs that way.
Which that's the thing I've heard is that Eagle is going to be a Streamline guy. I don't know how true that is because like Streamline has a lot of
the Streamline stuff.
But like Simon's contract was he had to throw like 90% overmold or something.
Probably
there was some clause like that where he had like he could throw some like Streamline stuff, but he had to throw mostly overmold. Conrad is clearly straight MVP. Like I don't think I've ever seen him throw anything without an overmold. Yeah, I don't know how true that the loan thing is, but from who I heard it from seems genuine. I'm not going to say any names because I'm not supposed to know.
Sure,
but yeah, I think that's interesting and probably a really good move. The problem I think is that they're going to have to pay Eagle a lot of money to go to them, and to have Simon, James, and Eagle on the same team, it's a lot of money. But Crush Boys are going to make a lot of money, so
it's going to be a huge deal.
They're betting on him, right? So the reason he's not staying, because I don't know that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The reason he wouldn't stay with Discmania, the intelligent decision would be because Discmania knows what he's worth. They said, here's the contract we'll give you. Mm-hmm. And then whatever, Innova MVP are betting on him, which is why they would offer him more than what that Discmania contract is, right? Yeah. So selfishly, I really want him to go to Innova. I've been thinking about this ever since the rumor popped out. Because if he went to Innova, they just have to give him the old Discmania molds as his signature line, and that would print money. So
that's fair.
Like the original FD, get out of here. Like the amount of people that would want that disc is crazy. So
yeah, I mean that with the crazy like collecting fan base Discmania has and the old like Innova plastic lovers, that's definitely a thing. But with the growth that COVID's shown, now I don't know. It's something I've always wondered is like we're at something like 260,000 members on in PDGA, right? That doesn't even encompass everyone that plays. That's just people that sign up for the PDGA. Like how many of those 200,000 members plus, how many of those people actually re-upped their membership? Right.
Yeah. They never put that out. Was like how many people re-up? Did they? They just put how many people signed up this year. So we couldn't tell if those were just new or just,
Yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised if we're at 260,000 members if we only have 100,000 active members, right? But there's something to be said about newer players not knowing the history of old Discmania molds and not understanding the value in that. Versus I think almost anyone that gets into the sport, at least last year and before, knows Crush Boys, right? Like that's in terms of like content, that's I think if MVP wants Eagle, they're going to need to pay for it. And it's kind of a bet. I mean, Eagle's got his injury, so who knows how well he'll actually perform, but I don't think he needs to perform if him and Simon are reunited.
He just has to make content. Simon, I mean, let's be clear. Simon performed better last year than he has in a long time.
Yeah.
But
I'm right.
Even without it, the Simon effect is real. Like, was it OTB that put out like their top selling discs and Simon's name was on like, oh, top selling driver, Simon's name was on it. Top selling mid-range, Simon's name was on it. Like the Simon effect is very real.
Oh, absolutely. It goes to show the value in content versus actual performance in this sport. And I think historically it's been, like you've got like 12-time Climo stuff, it was always about performance. Like it took forever for people to get signed onto teams because they needed to win and win and win to actually get a proper sponsor. But now, you just got to show.
Now MVP. You don't even have to have wins to get sponsors.
Yeah.
Preach, brother.
Yeah. Thanks, Mojo. Yeah, like it goes to show that you don't need to having a million views over a major win, which one are the manufacturers looking for now? I would say easily the views.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Bedanza just got that really sick like pro level contract.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Bedanza video actually almost counteracts my thoughts on Innova giving him that signature line or whatever, because he mentioned that it wasn't Infinite.
Infinite,
some of the Infinite molds are old Discmania parts. Like it's like the bottom mold of an FD or MD or whatever. So that Innova may not even have those anymore. So
I'm willing to bet that he goes to MVP. The Innova thing is very interesting, but I think it's more likely, at least business. Like, I don't know if Innova would pay him as much as MVP would pay him just to get Crush Boys back.
I heard the contract was matching. But at the same time, if you're Eagle, do you want to be outshined by Simon on MVP? Because when you think of Innova, you think of Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's about it as far as like the elite players. Granted, there obviously is other amazing players on Innova, but he might be able to do better standalone that way. But it just depends on how he wants to think about that contract. Really, if they're matching.
I think, I mean, obviously Eagle puts out a lot of really great content and everything, but at least the way that I perceive him versus Simon loves being in front of the camera, and he's like, hey, let's do this thing, whatever. And he's always really excited and happy. And this is not a dismerit to Eagle in any way, but Eagle's a little awkward sometimes in his videos, and I think he's a little more shy when the lens is on him. When he's playing, obviously he kicks ass with the camera on him. But when he has to talk and be the person that's doing things, I think sometimes he gets a little sheepish, for lack of a better way of putting it. So maybe being outshined by Simon primarily is an attractive thing to Eagle, because he doesn't have to be that front face. He's they're the Crush Boys, but Simon does the talking for the most part. So that could almost be an attractive thing for him, I would think.
I have a feeling we'll see really soon on that whole thing.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
And then what were the other moves?
Ganon. Alden, Prodigy.
There's no way they don't go to Discmania. Both of them.
I've all but had it confirmed that they were who he was going to break his contract for last year. So
isn't that where Gavin went? And they're all three of them are good friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they all do that on Alden's vlog. They all have, those videos I think they're underappreciated, honestly. Those videos are so good.
Jeremy said it's his favorite, Jeremy Colling said it's his favorite channel is Alden's.
Yeah.
So I think that finally got it some recognition it deserved, but you're totally right. It's super underrated as far as disc golf content goes.
Yeah. I think they're doing stuff that other disc golf content creators don't do, and I think that's just kind of mess around. A lot of
there's no production, there's no story that they're doing. They're like, bro, I'm gonna throw your phone off this bridge, film it.
It's just,
okay.
It's really a personality piece versus you look at Bedanza. He's always doing something, but it's always on the course. It's always we're playing 9 holes here, we're playing 18 holes here, And I do love those videos, and I eat them up every Foundation, Bedanza, Matt White's stuff, all the stuff on socials. I eat that stuff up, but it does get very samey, where it's we're playing 18 holes again, but I'll still watch it, but Alden's vlog is always fun.
It's also the best tour BTS source.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess is the
Absolutely.
only way to say that, I think. But like they're on tour, you're like, oh, they're at their B&B doing this, or they're before the round doing this. So
what's up? We just ate 26 nuggets a piece at Wendy's, and you're like, that's the kind of shit I'm after. Like, I don't need to. I'm not worried about you sorting your disc rack. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I also eat 26 nuggies at Wendy's. Thank you for being relatable. And one peppermint frosty, please. Yeah, it's
Chris Clemens and Hannah Wynn both left. I've heard their announcement will be in a couple weeks. Hannah Wynn's the team captain of Dark Ace, so I can't say a whole lot. But I know they're going to make their announcement in 2-ish weeks, I think is what they mentioned.
I think they're going together wherever they go.
Yes. I think that's a very safe. I hate it. This is the one where it's like I don't want to burn these bridges because Hannah's the best. I played around with them not that long, like 2 months ago or whatever, and it was great. I can't say enough great things about those two. Chris Clemens is definitely the like Bob Ross of disc golf when it comes to playing and hanging out and just being the most relaxed person. So the only thing I will quote Hannah on, and I don't think she'd be mad at me for saying this, is, by the way, I haven't at all confirmed that they're going to the same place. That's just, a safe bet with couples. But she said, even though he made his announcement first that he was leaving, she's like, don't get it twisted. He's following me.
Yeah.
So, which I thought was very funny because everybody always, they accused Paul Hannum of following Kat and that kind of stuff, right? So, but
I think wherever they go, it's going to cause a real
Paul
buzz.
Hannum.
So,
you mean Austin Hannum?
Austin. Whoa, yeah. Listen, I went down a rabbit hole earlier of Kat and Paul Ulibarri, and I don't want to talk about that here, but
man, dude. I can't wait to watch this back and watch my brain shit itself at you saying Paul Hannum, and I'm just sitting here going,
like, I have that same thing. I'm like, that sounds right enough. Like, I was just gonna let it go.
Listen, I was looking through my discs earlier for the giveaway that I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but I saw Hannum on the forces that I used to throw, and so that's what I pictured. And then for some reason, my stupid face just put Paul in front of that.
Paul Hannum sounds like Kat's worst nightmare.
What's fun is a lot of people like to blame Austin for her downfall or whatever you want to call it last year. She's been taking tips from him or something, and apparently that's goofed things up. But
it's it's correlation causation stuff. But I saw some stats at the end of last year that was like Kat did worse every time Austin was on her bag. Like,
I would love to see that, but
I don't remember who said. Maybe it was Clinton, and maybe I'm not sure. Someone on Twitter, stats guys.
I love
correlation causation, right? I mean, you can't actually attribute it, but it's funny one way or another.
And meanwhile, he has my favorite ace of last year, that like 400 foot uphill blind forehand. That was nasty. Nobody talks about that.
No,
it's one of my favorites.
Didn't Calvin's ace get ace of the year or shot of the year or something?
The one at Ledgestone? Yes.
Which I don't know. It was a sick ace and it was filmed very well. And seeing a Casey's in the background is just like Midwest heart explodes.
I was at that Casey's when that was
filmed. Were you really? Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Casey's, by the way, has the best pizza at
I
gas
have
station
one
sells.
2 blocks from my house, and I'm there way too much.
Yep. It's the closest food place to where I work, so I eat way too much Casey's. But weird rabbit hole. Anyways, wherever Chris Clemens and Hannah go, they're sure to be a force. So
yeah, and Hannah's on the way up too. Like she moved up like 40 spots or something on like tour standings and ratings and all this stuff.
She had a great season.
She's definitely getting better.
There's a lot of buzz around them.
Yeah, and she's constantly, and don't you dare put that as like they're going to Discraft hint. A lot of buzz around them.
They're going to be a force.
There's no way. There's no way. By the way, DGA is a great bet. By the way, I think DGA is actually. I've said this. I'm like, I think you're going to DGA, and she just goes, I'm not going to answer anybody's questions. So, yeah, she's come a long way, and then everybody loves Clemens. So,
oh yeah,
he's told my favorite joke that I've ever heard a player tell on a card, and that was my first round ever filming MPO. I was filming him at the Memorial in 2020, right before everything shut down, like right before the Waco ended. And what's fucking Kona's husband's name? Montgomery. What's his first name? Colton. God damn it! I knew it was a C, and I couldn't think of what.
I don't think this is how Chris told this joke.
It's not. Anyway, we were all making fun of the coronavirus because that's what we were still referring to it as before we shortened it up to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody threw a disc in the water, and Chris Clemens, fully stone-faced, was like, I'm not getting in there to get it. We're in Scottsdale. I'm going to get the Michelob virus. And I nearly shit myself laughing. I'm like supposed to be lining up camera shots for the drives on hole 12, and I just can't keep it together because Chris Clemens just hit me with the Michelob virus.
Okay, that's awesome.
God, it broke me.
Oh.
You said you had a giveaway, Crunchy? Just showing up and giving stuff away?
Do. So I hit 3,000 followers on TikTok, and then 500 on Twitter and whatever, and I was super sick at that point. So I was like, whatever, I'll save the giveaway for here. So I'm going to do a little starter set giveaway because, like I said, I want to focus more on the coaching side of things. So I'm going to Bop. All you got to do is, do you guys have an Instagram for this podcast yet?
Not dedicated. I've just been running it off of mine.
Totally fine. Anyways, follow ShankDG on Instagram and also follow myself, Crunchy_DG. And
Spiicii.
To get, and Spiicii. But yeah, all three of us. And I will double check. I've got that amount of time. I'm
terminally online. I can help.
Bye,
Spiicii.
So, brand new Luna.
Sorry.
And then
I genuinely had an eyelash that was bugging me for the last 20 minutes. So I took that as an opportunity to fix it. Sorry, go ahead. Giveaway time.
No, you're fine. Yeah, sorry, giveaway. Brand new Luna, brand new Big Z Buzz.
And a very used.
I thought about it as a joke and I did not. Brand new Heat. It's too reflective.
Ooh,
can't see.
I like that. That foil.
It's gold shatter. I don't know. It's impossible to see in this light.
Oh, it's coming through on my end.
Just in case somebody decides they have too big of an arm, Raptor as well. So in case somebody in the giveaway.
That's
so for this giveaway, follow all three of us. And then what do you guys want to set the date as for the end of
we usually do 2 weeks.
End of the giveaway?
Just a little BTS of our own. Before we hit record today, we spent about 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck giveaways we've already announced, which ones we've already given away.
I'll handle this one.
Write this down, Shank, so that we don't forget.
I'll handle this one. Don't worry. I'll handle this because I'm shipping it, so that's fine.
Okay. Let's do the 17th. That'll be Terry's episode.
Perfect. So the 17th,
and then we can announce it.
Okay, yeah, and just on the post for this episode, do you post for each episode on your Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, so the post of this episode, just comment whatever, and then I will double check and make sure that you're following all of us once the winner is announced. But Shank will obviously say it on the winner of the 17th. I will go ahead and also write that down just so I have it.
So are we going to announce it on the episode of the podcast that comes out on the 17th? Because then we would have to select the winner on the 11th when we interview Terry. Or do we want to just
that's a good
post?
Point.
Yeah. Do we just want to post on the 17th?
Let's just post on the 7th. Give people 2 weeks to.
Yep. You got 2 weeks to enter. Just, this Instagram post on Shank's page. Make sure to follow all three of us. And again, I'll double check it because I have more than enough time.
That makes one of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Two of us are terminally online, so don't think you're getting away with anything.
And
the other one's constantly getting laid. So I don't know what to tell you guys.
Shit.
Hey, you signed up for it.
It's been 2 years.
I'm divorced. Speaking of, I'm not gonna say who asked me.
I
when they
can't
found
wait
out it
to
was,
see where this story is going after
you
that
have
transition.
no idea. So when I found out that I was going to Ricky's for New Year's,
Have you
another
talked
person-
about that, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, it was an absolute blast. One of the people who was also going to the party messaged me privately, and they were like, "Hey man, bring as many single ladies as you can to this party." And I was like, first of all, I look like a thumb. I'm a 34-year-old divorced disc golfer. I don't know any of those. All my friends are YouTube personalities or alcoholics because I work at a bar. So I don't know what you think is going to happen. But still had a great time.
I wonder if that's the same guy that commented on Courtesy Violations MySpace page.
MySpace page.
That's like a deep cut for about 2 of our listeners. So
Okay.
if you know that reference, you know who it was.
It's deeper than I am.
Okay, Kyle, I'm gonna need you to go look up. Like, you've seen was it Spy Kids?
Yeah, I know the thumb people.
Yeah,
People tell me all the time.
Yeah. That's got to be your like temporary profile picture for this
You
episode.
look like the hand from Spy Kids. Yeah, that one. Or you look like the guy.
You
from the
said it, by the
Shield.
way, so I don't feel bad about this.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I keep hitting this microphone. I'm not used to it. All my humor is self-deprecating.
Ditto.
I literally went to Subway before we recorded this podcast, and the girl goes, "What size drink do you want?" And I was like, "Fat guy size." And the Subway cashier shook her head at me, and she's like, "Sorry, Dad. Goddamn."
That'd be nice to do yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
Speaking of,
That's how I get through my life.
never mind.
What?
I was gonna say you guys were talking about spicy food earlier, and I was gonna mention that I get got by a Subway jalapeno every once in a while. So Subway's got the spiciest jalapenos, man.
I'll say Qdoba, but that's fine.
I don't know what that is.
8,000 Scoville as opposed to 3,000 everywhere else.
Right. You don't know what a Qdoba is?
No, is that like a Flash
regional?
player?
Am I crazy?
No, Qdoba's like more casual Chipotle.
Okay, I know what that is. Yeah, no, I don't. We don't have those around here. Apparently, I wonder where that crossover is. That you have a Casey's and a Qdoba, but I have Casey's and not a Qdoba.
Maybe Muncie, Indiana is the Austin, Texas, like where they have Whataburger and In-N-Out or something. So
we have
you've got Qdobas and Casey's.
Shake Shack.
Where are you at? Phoenix, yeah.
Phoenix is a huge foodie city. We have if you're from Chicago, we've got Giordano's, Lou Malnati's, Portillo's. We have everything out here. We have fucking White Castle. There you go. See, we have literally everything is in Phoenix.
I love Phoenix, but yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, man,
I don't.
It was great having you on. That was a really fun episode.
Yeah,
I'm super happy to be there.
Real chill. Any final thoughts? Want to plug anything?
Yeah, plug away.
Okay, whatever.
Your Nature Valley sponsorship.
You can tie me up, Spiicii.
My links are all on my Instagram. If you go to my link tree, it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. It's all crunchy_DG. Obviously, shout out Great Lakes Discs and Dark Ace. I'll throw stickers and stuff too in that giveaway.
If you see Papa anywhere, tell him he still owes us a discount code.
He does.
Oh yeah, he should have sent you a link then to whatever email to set up your own discount code, because that's what he did for all the players. So you can just email him and say I sent you over.
Hey, shut up, Brian.
Papa Wolf, yeah.
Yeah. OG friend of the show, episode 1.
Yeah, that's episode 1.
Such a good episode.
The fandom.
I don't know if I'd say that.
I love it. I loved it. I don't care.
Well, I appreciate that.
Have anything else to shout? Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. Look out for a post. Follow all 3 of us white guys that do a podcast. Not enough of those, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a good thing it's not a flooded market.
Yeah,
that's how I almost started out. Hey guys, I'm happy to be on two whiteys host a podcast. Can't wait. I almost started it that way, but I didn't know how it was gonna go.
Oh
Two
no!
Bears, One cave again.
Yeah. Well, I'm red, and then
Me too. Listen, I have my secondary monitor, which is this light over here, like this light over here. I have it set to like a light pink to make me not look so ginger. So, like, hold on, I'll get rid of it. And I'm more ginger now. So
that was actually crazy. Lighting.
That's okay.
I was going to say this
rule
here.
the world one day, buddy.
The way we have to this might become a new thing on the show. I really love the aura you've got behind you. It's a cool light fixture.
It's that stupid Instagram, Facebook trend that was like an Amazon Basics thing for $9 that it was like the fake sunset lamp.
The golden hour lamp.
Yeah, that's the one.
Nice.
It's comes with this little controller that you can change whatever lights on it. And it's honestly just neat for this. Yeah, hold on. I'm pretty sure.
Someone
I don't even.
queue up Sandstorm by Darude.
What does demo do? I don't even know on this thing.
It just blows up your house.
Demolition.
Fuck.
Oh, that's funny.
Honestly, like this thing's so cheap. I doubt I'm 5 feet away, and I doubt this remote doesn't even reach this far. So.
Oh no!
I did it.
Hey,
shiny endorsement.
That's today's light fixture of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's lovely, and it's only good for this. It's terrible for absolutely everything else.
Oh shit! Well, we're well over time, but it was a blast. So, thank you again. Keep an eye out. Follow Crunchy_DG on everything. He's everywhere.
On all the things. Formerly top 5 disc golf content creators on TikTok.
Past. Formerly.
Emmy nominated Tesla owner.
And a ginger, above all else.
He said, "Don't defame me like that."
You couldn't tell.
Hey, I'm a redneck, buddy. So I feel like... All right, man. I'll let you run.
Cheers, guy. Take it easy.
Have a good night.
Get out of here. Who is this guy?
I don't know. Damn gingers.
Man. Oh, he left too soon. I like when they're in like the quote unquote green room and we're just like, who the fuck was that? Like, get out of here.
He's like, I gotta get away from these fuckers.
He just said, see ya. No, that was a great episode.
I felt like I talked over him a lot, so we'll have to have him on again and I'll just shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's not we'll eventually repeat guests, I'm sure. As for the giveaway from Mr. Dodgy Dodgerson, who won't give us a discount code, we've got winners Drew Henshaw. I'm pretty sure that's Let's Drew It on Twitter.
Oh shit, I totally forgot. Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, Drew and then Butter.
Who's gonna get what? Because we have
that's right, we have the Rift and the Luke Taylor disc.
And signed Rift.
I'll pull up a coin flip generator.
Oh hell yeah, brother.
Tails it is. All right, so Butter gets the Rift.
And Drew's going to get the
mystery disc.
Luke Taylor MJ50 mystery disc. Brian didn't tell us the make, the mold, nothing. So
no, but
we'll
congrats, Drew.
We'll let Brian know. If you guys DM
if he ever gets back to us, I mean, dude's like ghosted us for some reason.
If you guys DM one of us, your information, we'll pass it on to Brian to make sure it gets shipped out. Also, my signed Haley King Stalker winner has not responded, and it is at the 1 week threshold. So I'm going to pick a random Twitter follower of mine that I know plays disc golf, and I will DM you. And
that's yours.
And you will have it, and it will be joyous.
Let that be a lesson. If you enter a giveaway, pay attention.
Pay attention to it.
Your odds are like 1 in 8 generally. So
for us, yeah.
Yeah.
Until we hit JRE numbers, and then
which
you're
up like next week. So
yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's been good.
Yeah, it's good to chat with you.
Ran about an hour and a half, so damn.
That's okay. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Plus, it was New Year's Eve story time and all that other nonsense. And we'll tighten it up next week when we have Jeremy London on the show. And that'll be real organized, and I may even wear a collared shirt, so we'll see how it goes.
I'll be shirtless.
We should both be shirtless and not tell Jeremy at all, dude. Holy shit. He would be like,
Oh, it's too.
What the fuck podcast did I agree to be on, dude?
Full shaft stream. Full shaft stream.
Oh, god damn it. I could just see his face.
Oh, that's so good.
All right, man.
All right.
I'll let you run.
Well,
I'm going to go spend some time with the lady.
Give me a scream.
Give you a scream.
Thanks for listening to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast. We'll be back again next week. Until then, hang loose.